What's going down, my Pazonos? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Half-Life. Episode number 2. There we go. Well, welcome back. Last time, we went in front of this thing, and in this episode, we're gonna see this crazy big thing. And, well, the gist of everything is, we're gonna be going more through Black Mesa, and, yeah. Well, basically, and if you guys are still wondering, I don't know if anyone, I forgot if I mentioned this last episode, but if anyone's wondering, oh, when are we going to get to the surface of the game? And, I don't know. It might be this episode. I think it's actually, no, it's not going to be this episode. It's going to be next episode. But, yeah, with that being said, it has been a little while since I've actually recorded Half-Life 1, Episode 1. Actually, at this point in time, I have actually completely played the entire Half-Life series. Last time, I'm pretty sure I hadn't even played Episode 1 yet. So, at this point in time, I have played Episode 1, and I have played Episode 2. And I'm talking about Half-Life 2, Episode 1 and 2. That's the game I'm talking about, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. So, at this point in time, I have played Half-Life, the entire series. Those little bitches don't know shit. But I still haven't played, like, you know, Opposing Force or Blue Shift, and honestly, I don't even know if I really want to play those, honestly. If I do, I might. I might. I really don't know at this point. I really don't know, and also, that fucking sucked. But, yeah, I mean, I played the entire Half-Life series, and to, you know, play this since, you know, without getting into spoilers, I fucking love Half-Life. I'm gonna be honest, you know, I used to think that Halo was probably like my favorite single player, like, campaign first person shooter, I guess. But I think at this point I can definitely say Half-Life is definitely the best first person, you know, single player experience. Oh, Jesus. I did like Halo at one point, but I need to actually get back into Halo because, unfortunately, I can only say that I played Halo 3, and that was like one of the best games ever. And I loved Halo 3, but Half-Life is just amazing. I think it's like, again, like I've said this before, but I'm not really into first-person shooters like that. Like, I'm more of a, you know, now that I've actually thought about it, I love platformers and fighting games more. But first-person shooters in of itself, I'm just not that much into. But Half-Life is definitely different. I love the fast-paced nature of it, the quick and snappy gameplay, and also some of the little puzzle solving. I feel like it gets a lot better in Half-Life 2 personally, but Half-Life 1 has some good puzzle solving elements as well. And honestly, I just love this series. The story is also amazing, the animations, the dedication, and just gotta say, I'm really fucking surprised that they literally ended off episode 2 the way that they ended off episode 2. That has got to be one of the most, like, bullshit cliffhangers ever. It's like, damn, were you guys, like, not literally thinking, like, at all about, like, oh, damn, these people are probably, you know, it's like, these guys won't be thinking about the Half-Life series for a while. We can just, what the fuck? We can just let them do that. What the fuck? How can that thing, I don't know what these things are called, but, like, I didn't know that thing could actually do that. But, fucking climbing up walls and shit. But I didn't, yeah, but I'm just really surprised that they just decided to say, oh, well, Half-Life should end like this for a while. Ha ha ha. Like, of course, I love that Half-Life Alyx was made, but, like, you know, why? And still, we haven't had any, like, new news about another Half-Life game. But what I do appreciate about Valve is that they never usually say anything until, like, you know, it's almost about to do. Like, they never really announce a game or talk about it unless it's, like, completed. And that guy just died because, I don't know. And fuck these goddamn barnacles. So, the thing about this section right here is that, well, we're about to see. Oh, shit. Oh, he's getting his booty fucked. Let me just grab it. That doesn't look right. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? I don't know if I noticed that when I was recording this, but damn. So, the thing about this thing is, I don't know exactly what it's called at the top of my head, but this thing is basically like a monster or a Zen creature that can like detect your movements, but it only detects it with sound. So this part is kind of weird because you have to move slow. If you move fast here, you will instantly die. Well, maybe not instantly. You could maybe dodge and bob and weave. I don't know how the fuck it clipped me right there, but like, basically you have to stay quiet. The best way to stay quiet is to crouch and just move around very, very slowly. I'm not sure if there's a walking feature in this game. I'm not sure, but just crouch in this section, you'll be fine. But you also probably gotta, like, you know, get through some other sections and stuff. So like, basically, you know, these boxes right here, I gotta blow these boxes up. So what's gonna have to happen is I'm gonna have to run along, and I'm gonna have to move. And then I have to throw another grenade at another level so they can get distracted enough to go back down there and to leave me the fuck alone. It's really easy, honestly. Just don't shoot your gun, because I think, I didn't try this, but I think your gun, it doesn't matter like where the bullet, because I'm pretty sure this thing has like a hit detection or something like that. I don't know, like bullet detection, something basically where there are no bullets in this game. I think it's like, it's hit scan. Yeah, there you go. This game has this thing called hit scan, and basically what that means is that there is no like actual projectiles. Like when you're firing a gun in this game, there's no actual like projectile being fired or whatever. What, you know, you would think in like a, what the fuck? You would think that would be a thing in like a normal game or whatever, but it's not for some reason. Because I do know like some games nowadays still actually do use hit scan, like, you know, like Call of Duty does. But I don't think Fortnite does though. And I love Fortnite, and that's another reason why Fortnite's actually a really fucking fun game. But with that being said, if what I'm trying to say is that your bullets are not projectiles. And so if you try to shoot your gun expecting like a projectile to like basically lead the alien creature out of your path on another level, that does not work. Or at least as far as I know. As far as I know. And back to that hit scan thing, it's probably the reason why, which I didn't, what the fuck was wrong with me? It's probably the reason why, like, it's one of the reasons why personally I feel like the combat in Half-Life 1 at least isn't my favorite. It definitely feels like a gamble, honestly, whenever you're getting into like a you know, a fight with some people in this game, because it feels like you're just kind of dealing blows with each other. I mean, well, of course, not like zombies or stuff like that, but if you're actually going against like, you know, the military soldiers, or I think maybe even those Zen creatures with like the armor and stuff like that. Again, I don't know anything about what these creatures are called, but you know, that is the gist of it. You know, I don't know. Basically, I don't like the whole gunfight thing. The fact that the hit scanning is just, I don't know if it's like the hit scanning that messes it up or messes with me, but I just don't like getting into gunfights with other, you know, people in this game. In fact, it's probably one of the reasons why I do not like Half-Life Deathmatch. But that was years ago. I played Half-Life Deathmatch with my friends, and I got fucked up. That was years ago, though. I was playing with like a fucking touchpad. There used to be a time where I used to play every single first-person game without a mouse. Because I've always had a laptop, and you know how laptops like have touchpads? Well, the touchpads, they're not really good for this type of thing. Nowadays, I always just use a mouse. In fact, I still don't know why I don't have like a freaking desktop at this point. But just don't play any shooter with a fucking touchpad. I do not recommend that. That is stupid, and I'm very stupid for. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know if you could do that, but I just did it. You're gonna see some weird things that I do in this playthrough. I swear, I do some pretty crazy stuff, and I think this is one of them, because I'm not sure if I was supposed to do this or not. Like, I really don't know if I was supposed to do this, like, at all. This doesn't seem right to me. Like, am I the only person that feels like this is not the right way to do this? Because this is just weird. Like, what the fuck is even going on there? I don't even know what the fuck just hit me. I think it was like a head crab. Oh, it was a head crab. Yeah. But yeah, you know, we're back with Half-Life once again, going through Black Mesa. And again, once again, I will say that I think it was at this point in time that I was starting to be like, oh man, I really want to go to the surface at this point. Because while I do like the inside facility of Black Mesa, I do just wish that there was more outside stuff. I don't know, it's just a weird feeling that I get. And being in the corridors of Black Mesa, it's like I feel claustrophobic or something. It's weird. Like I just don't feel right in these instances. It's not natural. But anyway, so as we can see here, we're just gonna be turning on, like, we're basically going to go on ahead and, you know, turn on some stuff. So you want to turn on this and the fuel. There was one time where I actually didn't turn that thing on. So be very, 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 like, just turn everything on. Be very attentive of what you're turning on, what you're turning off, and stuff like that. So you don't have to backtrack and turn the stuff back on and lose like a whole lot of progress or whatever if you like quick save. But yeah. So honestly, don't really know what else to really say about the Half-Life series. Like, I really want to talk about Half-Life 2. I love Half-Life 2, but I can't really talk about Half-Life 2 because we're not playing Half-Life 2. And I had to cut like a really, really large portion there. Or maybe it wasn't that bad. It was probably like 7 or 10 minutes. But I was wasting my time there because again, I didn't turn on something. I didn't realize what I was doing. You have to, again, you have to make sure that you're going and checking every single section, going down and, you know, exploring everything. And if you're using this as a walkthrough, just be very attentive of where I'm going and what I'm doing. You know, even if might not explain it the best, just be very attentive of what's going on. All right, so in all honesty, I'm gonna be honest here. It is kind of hard to make commentary for basically, you know, a game like this, because the thing about Half-Life and usually games like this is that you're going through like a routine, you know, you're just kind of exploring and stuff like that, and it is definitely like an experience to play this game. One thing I will say though, again, like I said before, I don't know, again, I forgot if I mentioned this. I'm very forgetful, but my experience with Half-Life and its immersion was that I was kind of immersed in this, but still at the same time, it was a little bit of a chore to like go through this game in a lot of different ways. I think I'm a little bit more immersed now that I'm watching this game, because for me, sometimes a game can be more fun to watch than play. I guess that's the reason why Let's Plays are so popular, or, you know, I guess. You know, sometimes it's like, oh, I don't have this game, but I might as well be able to watch it. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, Half-Life is actually a really fun game to watch. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I just kind of like how it's played, and fuck you, phone. I don't know why I always leave my phone like this. And what the fuck is wrong with this elevator? Oh fuck. I think I want it to go to keep going and not to stop. Why is it stopping? Why is it oh shit? Fuck. But yeah, so the elevator kind of just crashed. There's a lot of like sequences in Half-Life like that make this game really, really cool looking. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but the Half-Life game, this game is actually running on an engine called Gold Source, and Gold Source is basically a heavily modified version of id Software's Quake engine. Yeah, the same people who made Doom. They made the Quake engine, and now apparently Valve was like, hey, we can modify that, and yeah, they made a whole entire engine with it. Now I'm not sure if Source is basically a heavily modified Gold Source engine, which would basically make Source basically a heavily modified engine of a modified engine of an engine. So that'd be cool. But I think Source was made from the ground up. I'm not too sure. If anyone could correct me on that, I would appreciate it. But yeah, Gold Source is pretty cool looking. It is very ancient though. It is still kind of hard to know, like, what the fuck, man. It is still kind of weird to really think of a time where apparently physics was like realistic physics was not a thing in video games. Nowadays, it's all over the place. I'm very much used to it. This game came out in 1998. So at that time, realistic physics was still kind of something to be marveled at. To be honest with you guys, in terms of like game mechanics and like, you know, in terms of like simulation, it's not something that I always really, you know, it's not something that I always like kind of, you know, notice or it's like a stickler for. Also, this part right here, you think that would be the only one that you have to go to, but no, you actually have to go to the other side of the room and turn it on. So as you can see right here, I'm actually going back down and going to the other side. I completely left this room thinking that I actually solved everything, but I realized, oh shit, I didn't actually put both of those little rods into the thing. So that was my fault. And be on the lookout for that stupid little platform. I hate it so much. But going back to the whole entire idea of like game mechanics and stuff like that and how they like simulate real life like physics and lighting and stuff like that, like ray tracing and stuff like that, that's a real thing now. In fact, I've seen like this like a Half-Life 2 video that basically it has a lot more, it has ray tracing and it also has like real life realistic like water effects and stuff like that. And I decided to cut here, of course. But that type of stuff has never really like completely mattered to me personally, and I know that's a thing that's like really like a technical marvel in this series, like, well, not this series, but like in terms of like game mechanics and like graphics and immersion stuff. Like this is like something that people just love to like experiment with. And right here, I'm just gonna explain this real quick. This guy is super fucking annoying. He won't fucking move. So I decided to say, you know what, fuck this. I don't like this guy. Let's kill him. Because he was being super annoying. Like, I cut out a lot of what was going on here. But, yeah. Fucking, he just fucking disappeared. Fucking vanished and shit. What the fuck was this dude doing? Anyway, yeah, I'm not really a person that really like goes crazy for that type of stuff. So I just never really understood like the point. And also because of that, we can also do a test fire on this thing, which I guess is like a test fire for like this weapon or this rocket. I don't fucking know. But with that, we can destroy the fucking whatever the fuck that thing is. And now we gotta investigate. But my personal honest opinion, graphics in video games are not that important to me. I do like a game that looks great though. So see, the way I said it just didn't make any type of sense. A lot of people nowadays like to go for like realism and like to really simulate like how, you know, real life looks, and, you know, really get like a really true to life game experience that really looks true and like true to life. For me personally, I don't really care too much about how realistic a game looks. One of the reasons why I love Fortnite so much is because of its art style. Undeniably speaking, I love the art style of Fortnite. It's got a cartoonish but very proportional looking human art style. It's like a little bit, I just love it so much. It's very organic. I do like stuff like that, and stuff like maybe like Crash 4, Kingdom Hearts, Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, I like games that don't try to look too realistic, although Sonic sometimes does try to do that. But, you know, I don't really care too much about a game looking great. In fact, sometimes when I see that people say the game looks terrible, it's just like, I don't really get it. Like, I know like some people say like Mirror's Edge Catalyst looks like a terrible game, but I'm just looking at the game and it's like, it looks pretty to me, you know. And like, even though like I made a video about Forspoken saying that the graphics, like the performance of that game sucks, but the graphics themselves are actually pretty good to me. So sometimes I really don't understand. Maybe I've got different eyes or whatever, but, you know, at this point in time, I just don't understand. It's weird. But anyway, with that being said, I'm drinking protein. If you guys hear me be quiet sometimes, it's because I'm drinking my protein. Protein is good because, you know, at this point in time, trying to lose, you're trying to, you know, gain muscle and try to, like, I guess be in a calorie deficit, a caloric deficit, because I have this gut. I have about like 30 pounds of extra weight that I'm trying to lose. It's kind of weird going in a diet when you're just like 22 years old, yes, but what the fuck is wrong with me? But like honestly, I just need to lose some weight at this point in time, because I run track, and all this extra weight is actually pretty it's just stupid. Also, I'm now realizing here that this is fragile, so that's cool. Anyway, I just want to, like, I guess, just say that, because again, there's really nothing else to talk about except this really lovely section right here. You kind of want to just move out the fucking way because of that thing. I don't want to look at it too much, but that thing is a thing that I do not know the name of. I had edited out a whole lot of sections in this part of, actually this entire Let's Play I'll be editing out a whole lot of stuff and parts where I was confused, because again, Half-Life can be a very confusing game to navigate, to me personally speaking, and it was just really annoying, honestly. So with this part right here, we kind of have to find two different things to activate, and so that we can get past that little thing and move the fuck on in the train. God, there is so much going on in this fucking game. Can you believe that this was 1998? I mean, I understand. Well, fuck you. I understand, like, this is 1998, but this game does this game does, like, like the physics and stuff and all that. Like, it does a lot of stuff very much well. I love how this game, like, I really do like how true to life this was. Or not true to life, but more so how they really did, like, they were very ambitious, and Half-Life was kind of like ahead of its time, for 1998. Again, at that time you had games looking like Crash Bandicoot or Sonic Adventure, but now you got stuff like this. Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, but look at this. And then you look at like stuff like Half-Life 2, and Jesus Christ! Now that part right there is just, ugh. Jesus Christ. I've always felt that. Like, every time I've seen that part right there gets me. The fucking, it would be crazy if, like, he just survived that and he was actually able to use his legs again. And of course, I'm gonna quick save and stuff, but I'm not gonna look at it again. That was a nice grenade toss. I hate using grenades, and then I fucking just fucked up. But yeah, but with Half-Life 2, when I really look back at 2004 and how a lot of games at that time looked, it really makes Half-Life look like a very ambitious and very ahead of its time type thing, I really like, Valve's ambition. And I understand that maybe there's a part of Valve that didn't want to make another Half-Life game until they could make another innovative, ahead of its time type of game. But, I still believe that Half-Life is just, they should have still made Half-Life, the next Half-Life game after Episode 2. I still cannot believe, after playing the entire series, that they just left the series off like that. They just didn't care. At least that's how it seemed like it, and then they just started putting money with Team Fortress 2, and fucking, they started making other games like Portal 2 and Left 4 Dead, which is a all-time classic for me. I love Left 4 Dead. Before I actually even, I think even before I even knew what Valve really was, Left 4 Dead was like the thing. Because I remember going over, my cousin's house when we were like really young, and I remember he had like an Xbox 360. I'm surprised he had an Xbox 360 because he doesn't have it anymore. Anyway, he had an Xbox 360 and he was playing Left 4 Dead. I don't know how I specifically remember that he played Left 4 Dead, because in all honesty, I mix up some memories a lot of the time. So I'm very surprised that I even knew about him playing Left 4 Dead, but I do distinctly know that he played Left 4 Dead. And I remember getting addicted to Left 4 Dead 2 when I eventually got my own Xbox 360 years later, playing the demo for like on Xbox Live and stuff like that. I was only able to play the demo because, I don't know, I can only get like games and presents at one point in my life on Christmas and my birthday. And in all honesty, you know, it is like it was. I don't know why I couldn't just ask them, my parent or my mom, for like just some money just for Left 4 Dead, because I swear I played the first 2 maps of the parish so many times. It is so ridiculous. And whether or not I will be doing a Let's Play of Left 4 Dead, who knows? Probably. I used to actually have a Let's Play of Left 4 Dead actually ready to be edited and stuff like that. But this is a point where I have to admit that I lost the recording. Yes, years ago. Actually, it wasn't even that long ago. I think it was like 2021 I recorded it. And I actually, unfortunately, lost all of the recording files. Actually, they might still be on my old hard drive that I actually still need to recover. Like, it's like a lot of the files from. There's a lot of, you know, crazy stuff on there. But in all honesty, I'm not sure. Who knows? Maybe I will. I will let you guys know in some way, shape, or form if I am able to recover the Left 4 Dead episodes. But for the time being, it's gone, just forever. So yeah. I don't know how the fuck I do this. Again, this is a really, if you are a YouTuber or if you do anything in terms of, you know, a computer, like, at all, I heavily implore you guys to not get fucked by that thing. But no, to not get fucked by not, you know, saving your progress or like trying to back up as many files as you can. Because I swear to you, it is the most soul-crushing thing to, like, really lose some files. Because honestly, I have files from years ago. In fact, one of my most recent videos on my main channel was of, like, me and my friends playing Ghost Hunt 3. It was the last Gmod scary map, actually. And the thing about that one is that that video was actually from 2018. From like April of 2018, so literally like 5 years ago. So with that being said, and I kept saving that. No, I didn't save my own recording. Thank God Tristan had a recording that he gave me years ago, and I was able to recover it in that way. But let me just say right now, if you are making videos or anything, please, and I please implore you to back up everything that you do. I don't care if you think it's like cool to say, oh yeah, well, I don't really care about these memories or files. There's going to be a time where you probably are going to care about those files because you never know. And then you're going to like think, oh shit, well, I should have fucking saved this or something like that. And you're going to feel pretty bad about yourself and just fuck yourself in the ass when you think that fucking you should have had these recording files in the first place. That was really gruesome. I apologize. But, yeah, I just really hate that. I've lost so much. I've lost so many videos and projects and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. I save all of my art stuff now, all of my projects. I save all of my thumbnails. I save all of my text documents in some way, shape, or form. Either I'll compress them or I put them on the hard drive. Every single video that I've ever made, well, most of them are actually on multiple different hard drives. In fact, this, in all honesty, like like my videos are all on hard drives, all of them. And again, I just say all of this to say, please back up your stuff. It is a very soul-crushing thing to like really lose all of your files. It really is. God, I hate protein, man. Protein is, oh god, protein is like good until like you get that stupid aftertaste. But yeah. So right now we just got done with doing you know, setting off the or unclogging the thing. And what the fuck? Okay, I don't understand exactly what happened there, but okay. You know, and I really don't know why I didn't play this game on easy mode. Well, actually, no. That'd be stupid if I had to say, why did I play this game on easy mode? Well, I didn't want to play on easy because I thought normal mode was enough of a challenge. I didn't play on hard mode. Because I keep seeing myself just dying repeatedly. Because I swear, I don't know if it's the hit scanning or if it's just because I suck. I don't think I suck this much, though. I just lose so much health so fast. I swear these enemies can do so much damage to you in such a short amount of time. I swear I should have played on easy. To the point where later in this Let's Play, I will be doing something very, very special. Yes, there's going to be a point in this Let's Play where things are going to change. But I won't be actually explaining that for a while. But, yeah, I don't really know what was up with, like, the difficulty in this game. Like, do people just play this game, like, really fucking crazily, like, and, you know, just automatically just, are they able to, like, just deal with this damage? Anyway, I'm gonna date this damn recording. I'm actually gonna go see the Mario movie today, actually, after I'm done with this, actually. It is April the 14th of 2023, and the Mario movie came out about 7 days ago. I think it had like some early showings and stuff. I was actually on a vacation in Florida, and they actually did have some showings for it down there. I didn't go see it because, of course, too busy relaxing and having a fun time with my family, but at the same time, I do want to see the Mario movie. I was holding off on seeing it because, you know, I don't really watch a lot of movies. I think a lot of it's just due to my ADHD. A lot of it is just like, well, again, I just literally said the same thing. But, like, a lot of it's just due to my ADHD. I don't really find a reason to sit in front of something and then just watch it. I don't understand how people do that. You know, people ask me, like, what shows have you watched and stuff like that. And I'm just always like, yeah, I've never watched this before. And they're like, what? You've never watched Menace to Society? You've never watched fucking The Godfather? You've never watched fucking Hotel Transylvania? And I'm like, yeah, I've never done it. I put this up to my ADHD though, because again, look up symptoms of ADHD. I will say that I am the poster child for a, you know, somebody with ADHD. I'm definitely that. I'm starting to like really realize this now, because I actually used to not really like the fact that I had ADHD, and it wasn't because of the fact that apparently now everyone thinks they have ADHD, when I can assure you they probably don't. That's pretty fucking cool. It's not because of that, but it's just because I've been looking at things in a different perspective, looking at my symptoms, looking at my life, and I have ADHD. In fact, it's not like, okay, like it's not like this completely came out of my ass, like I wasn't diagnosed. No, I was actually diagnosed with ADHD when I was about 10. Now, I know that a lot of misdiagnosis can happen at that age, but looking at my symptoms now, yeah, I've got ADHD. Why do you think I can't really complete a whole lot of stuff? Why do you think I get bored so often? And why do you think I can't really stop moving when I'm excited? And I'm very, you know, there's a lot of symptoms of ADHD. I don't know how this became an ADHD discussion, but it did. But yeah, I'm going to go see the Mario movie, and I'm really excited actually. I saw someone on Twitter saying that it's better than the Spider-Verse movie, and I want to agree with them. I love Spider-Verse. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I love Spider-Verse. That was actually one movie I did see, but it's Mario. God damn it, this is gonna be awesome. Like, you can say whatever you want about Nintendo's policies and their marketing management and stuff, but their games and their direction for the quality of their IPs and products are magnificent, in my honest opinion. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie.
Main thing is, the military aborted the
No, I don't fucking know why I did that. I don't know why the fuck I just randomly blew him up. Like, I seriously don't know why the fuck I did that. I think my mouse, honestly, my hand slipped. And I'm not lying. I think it actually did that. There was no reason for me to actually kill him. Yes, you can kill, like, the scientists and the security officers in this game. There's no, like, karma system in this game to where if you kill enough of these guys... What the fuck was he even doing, man? Why the fuck are you standing right there, you absolute buffoon? You goddamn glycocork? Anyway, so yeah, Mario movie's cool. I'm looking forward to it. Stuff like that. And I'm gonna drink some more of my protein. I think if you like step into that water, I think you get electrocuted. Actually, I was very like, I was actually really confused there. I didn't know that you had to get back on the tram at that point in time because I didn't see the tracks. So I thought that was over and I had to start walking the road. But no, you can actually walk. You can actually ride the tram through the water, which I think is a hazard. But you know, whatever. I guess this game doesn't care. In all honesty, I don't know what first-person shooter game I should probably play after this. Again, I'm not really into this. I think, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm probably going to play Halo. I'm definitely going to play the Halo series after this. I've always wanted to go back to Halo 3. Halo 3 was like a really amazing experience when I first played it. I loved Halo 3. One of the most defining instances of me playing Halo 3 was... I'm not sure, again, it's been a long time since I played it, but there was like this one boss fight where you could either, you know, move around in the ghost or whatever it was fucking called, and you could shoot at the giant thing, or you could get out of the thing and you could get on top of the monster or whatever the frick you were fighting, and you could go inside of it and destroy the monster from the inside. Now that was cool. I remember doing that and I was like, oh my god, this game is awesome. And not to mention the fact that the game actually had vehicles, unlike something like Call of Duty at the time. And I just loved Halo so much. I think partly it was due at the time that I was like 10 years old. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start playing some more mature games, even though I was already playing stuff like Grand Theft Auto at the time anyway, and watching Family Guy, playing Brutal Legend, and there was a lot of stuff. Like 10 years old was when I started getting into like the more adult world, if you would say, and you will. Which is kind of weird because I was never like the kid. Like I know most kids were always like, I want to be an adult. Like, I want to be an adult and do stuff, but I was always the type of person to be like, yeah, I'm kind of fine with being a kid. And, yeah. I just never really cared about that. But when I did come across, like, the adult stuff, I never really thought it was, like, bad or good or whatever. I just thought it was, like, I guess, nice, I guess. And I guess in another way you could say that I just thought I liked the grunginess of everything, because I remember watching stuff like South Park and Family Guy and thinking like, oh my god, this is so fucking funny. I love it when they cuss and stuff like that. And, you know, it was grungy. Like, I still watched like cartoons and stuff like that, like Chowder, Adventure Time, Amazing World of Gumball, Regular Show, you know, Regular Show. But like, I used to watch like all that stuff, and Ed, Edd n Eddy and Camp Lazlo and all that stuff, and I was just like a kid being a kid. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, my introduction to the adult world was like a little bit more. It wasn't like I wanted to exclusively do adult things, I guess you would say. I guess that's another way to say it. Like, I didn't really care too much about just doing adult stuff. But when I played Halo, it was like, it wasn't just a game that I was just playing just to feel more adult. It was actually fucking fun. Not to mention that game actually isn't, well, as far as I know, doesn't have, well, at least Halo 3. It doesn't have blood in it. It's very space heavy, like, you know, science fiction type series and stuff like that. So I guess it has a little bit of leeway. I mean, shit, but even Call of Duty isn't even all that violent. Now, if I was playing something like Grand Theft Auto, that would have been crazy. Personally, for me, violence in video games is not bad, like, at all. Now, I know this is not like something that like a lot of people would disagree with, especially if you do play video games, but to a certain point, people do like to associate like violence in video games, like sometimes go too far, and especially like for like younger people. I remember watching like multiple of my like friends in the past, like they always used to say that, oh, my mom doesn't let me play this, or my dad, my mom, they don't let me play all this stuff. And I was always over here playing. I was over here fucking 7 years old, 6 years old playing GTA 3. Fucking the only time that I was actually disregarded from playing a game was when I was with my dad. My dad and my mom, just to get kind of personal here, are separated. So I used to, you know, my mom, you guys already know how that works. You know, my mom, she used to like, you know, my dad used to keep me sometimes. And, you know, my dad used to like, you know, he used to have like a PlayStation 2. And I remember, you know, I was like 5 years old and I played this. I played Grand Theft Auto Vice City because I saw one of the games. And I remember loving it so much. But I remember my dad waking up that morning and he's like, no, you can't play those games because that's too much. That you can't play those. And I remember just being like, okay, at the time. But then my mom, you know, she didn't care. She let me play GTA 3. She let me play all of the Grand Theft Auto games or whatever. And I used to just get those games. Maybe sometimes she might have been like, I don't know about this. Actually, no, I don't think she was ever like that. See, my mom wasn't really restrictive on me when I was growing up. I don't know. Maybe because I was, you know, I guess not a bad person. I wasn't like a bad kid when I was little. Like, I didn't make stupid decisions. I mean, of course, I didn't make the stupid decisions, but I wasn't, like, a bad person. Like, I didn't try to, like, cause mayhem. And if I did cause mayhem, it was usually stuff that I did. Like, I would go out and, you know, like, walk across rivers and fucking maybe play fucking, what was it called? Fucking door dot ditch or something. Ditch and door dot. I don't know, fucking... The fucking, you know, the fucking thing where you knock on people's doors and then you run away and do all the crazy stuff, you know, in the past and stuff. Like, I used to do little nefarious stuff like that, but I was never, like, bad. You know, I wasn't, like, like, a kid that was, like... Now, I was always, like, in school, like, I was always, like, you know, sent to the office, like, all the time because of how disruptive I was, but I was never trying to, like, be, like, a menace or whatever. And I say all to say that I wasn't really restricted growing up for playing these types of games. So it wasn't like too bad to like play stuff like this. And again, like the only time that, what the fuck? The only time that I was ever restricted was when I went to with my dad. And my dad used to like really restrict that stuff. Which is also kind of weird because I also did grow up with a family that didn't let me cuss. I always found it very weird when I used to just find people used to they used to just let their kids and stuff like just start cussing. I remember like this one kid that I used to know, he always used to cuss like whatever when he was when he was around his family because they just let him say whatever. And I'm just like over here like, damn. I would have got my ass whooped if I said a lot of this stuff. But, you know, different family, different values, and different whatevers. It actually makes sense. In all honesty, I wouldn't let my kids cuss around me. I think that's just, I don't know. Maybe it's because of traditional family values, but, you know, I don't know about that. Anyway, I don't have kids, so whatever. I say all that to say that violence in video games is not that bad, like, at all. I think it's a little bit restrictive to have, you know, some certain kids, like, play. Like, I think it's not the video game, it's the individual. If a kid goes out here and does some pretty nefarious stuff, it's, on one part, the parents' fault for not, you know, instilling values in the kids themselves to not do those things. And it's also, like, really just on the kid themselves. You know, I know a lot of people don't like to blame kids, but I was literally just a kid, like, a little while ago. So, I know how we used to think. The thing about kids is that we can make our own decisions. We know our own instills and values and stuff like that. So, at the end of the day, we know what we're doing sometimes. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we don't know what we do better. But most of the time, Some like we have to have some type of accountability in this situation. Is all I'm really saying. So sometimes the kid is just bad just because he's bad. But violence in video games. Violence is fucking guns don't kill people in video games. Video games do. I don't know what the fuck that accent was. I think it was some actor that I tried and I failed and I forgot his name. And how did I could forget that amazing lad Chad's name? Okay, so I think it was right here where I decided to like stop the game. This was it for me. That was it right there. This right here. This fucking bullshit. Fuck this game. So fun fact, this is a completely different session. This is a completely different day. It could have been 4 or 5 days after the fact. I started a different session. Now, while quick saving is completely dependent on the player's actions and stuff like that really pisses me off. There's a lot of things in this game that just kind of get you, you know, by complete surprise. There was a part earlier in this episode where, you know, a guy just randomly threw a grenade at me, you know, and again, maybe shame on me for not seeing the grenade just coming towards me while it was already like 3 feet away from my face. But at the same time, like, so I just think, you know, I don't like it when things just pop up at you. One of the things about Sonic Adventure 2 that I didn't like was the fact that in a lot of the mech shooting levels, a lot of the, you know, the enemies and the robots used to just like pop up in front of you all the freaking time. And I'm just like, why the fuck would you make things happen like that? Sure, I could have the reaction time to do this, but it makes me unbelievably tense whenever this stuff happens. I don't like it. I don't know where the fuck that guy came from to make me fucking save stall. I don't know if that's a term, but that's what I would call it. When you save stall, it's when you save, but then you save yourself in a soft lock. And so basically what you have to do is actually go right back to the last like auto save or the last checkpoint that you were at, which was actually a considerable amount away. I had to make up for like what, 20 minutes? Maybe more? I'm not sure. I just know I started recording when I got back to the section I was at. But thank God you guys don't see that, because of course I'm editing all that out because of convenience, and so you guys can like enjoy, you know, the sweet sensation of riveting gameplay. But yeah, I hate that shit. I really fucking do. Again, my time with Half-Life, I am glad that I played Half-Life, and I did beat it, but Half-Life is not something that I can easily say that I'll go back to, like other games in this series. I'll definitely go back to Half-Life 2 more than I'll go back to Half-Life 1. Although there is a certain number of people that say that Half-Life 1 is a lot better than Half-Life 2, and I definitely don't see what they're talking about nowadays. It's not a bad game, but it definitely isn't a game that I am particularly fond with. And I hate that, like, when you have an opinion on a game, like, there's like 3 different ways your opinion can go. Either your opinion can just be accepted as your own, or your opinion can be met with, oh, well, fuck that, yeah, that's false. I'm actually not going to agree with this. I'm going to say that you're false and stuff like that. You know, you could say that Sonic the Hedgehog is better than Mario, and then some people was like, oh, well, I like Sonic, but actually false. Like, there's a lot of attitudes. Like, there's a very passive-aggressive attitude when it comes to people's and opinions. And of course, there's also those people that are just saying that straight up, oh, no, your opinion is wrong, and you're wrong, and all that stuff. If someone said to me that they liked Sonic Forces, now, maybe back in the day I would have said, oh, man, you fucker! Nowadays, I don't give a freak if you like Sonic Forces more. You know, that's your opinion. If you enjoy that game, that's fine with me. There's a certain amount of maturity, or as I would like to call it, intelligence, in terms of trying to, you know, accept the fact that not everyone has to like the same things that you like. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. You know, like the stuff that you like the most. And I say that again to say that, you know, I know a lot of people would probably disagree with me in my opinions of Half-Life, but this is just my opinion. And realistically, I just don't care if you do not agree with my opinion. I would like to say that, you know, there are also those people that like will say, well, like they'll basically say like they'll listen to your opinion, like saying like, oh well, like for example, I'll say I don't like Half-Life, and they're like, okay, but, and then they'll like explain in another passive aggressive way why you're wrong. Like they'll say, well, they'll basically say like, oh well, maybe you thought of this in a different way. Like maybe you didn't see what I was seeing that was clearly there. Like, oh, I don't like that the fact that Sonic was a that's another thing. Like I remember I made a video called IDW Sonic is a hypocrite. I'm not gonna get to the details of that video, but a lot of times I was like, oh yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog is a hypocrite. A lot of the responsive and like a lot of people were actually like legit referencing that video, but they weren't like referencing like my name or anything like that. They were just saying like, oh no, this is just nah, we're not gonna mention this guy's name. But they were saying like, oh yeah, but you didn't see that Sonic did this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, dude, really? I mean, honestly, I don't even think that's like an opinion, honestly. I think that's just factual that Sonic was a hypocrite. I mean, how are you going to say that you want people to be free and stuff like that, and you want people to be happy and make their own decisions when you're letting a guy destroy people's lives and cause havoc and stuff like that, and you're letting him go free when he's taking that same exact mantra or ideal from everyone else? For that opportunity from everyone else. So that doesn't even make any sense to me. But the point of the matter is that people will always try to dissuade you from what your opinion is. I would like to challenge anyone who's making this video. For any opinion that you probably had in the past that you probably had like to change or whatever, I heavily implore you guys to change it back to what it was. Like maybe I should say this better. I would heavily implore you guys to think about something that you like, maybe something that in the past that you actually completely had a different opinion on from other people, and then you change your opinion. Or again, just maybe think about something that you actually do have a different opinion on. Maybe investigate that opinion and see if it's valid still. But also think about the fact, just have confidence in what you believe. Like, again, this is the reason why I say like you should investigate what you believe in. If you have an opinion or what you believe in, you have to investigate it. You have to back it up with your own evidence so that you can have your own satisfaction and not the satisfaction of disproving anyone else or anything like that. What I'm really trying to say is, for the love of God, guys, just have your own goddamn opinion. Don't just try to, I'm not trying to say like be an elitist or whatever, but please just have your own opinion. Just don't try to agree with everything else that everybody says, because more than likely sometimes, I'm not going to lie to you, they're wrong. And a lot of people just have a very, very collective mindset for whatever reason. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But don't just agree with everything that everybody says. Have your own opinion and back up your opinions. And it doesn't matter if, you know, you get shamed for it. Just, you know, as long as you're not hurting anybody, you're good. Jesus Christ. I have some really fast reflexes, man. That was not like a quick save or anything like that. That was the first time I saw that. Of course, I did quick save because eventually I did get hit. But I completely did not care that time. I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not getting hit by that. Dodge the shit out that. And I actually do that again later on in this Let's Play, actually. So I got some pretty good reflexes, you know what I'm saying? I guess we're gonna go kill those VijaKams now. It's kind of crazy. They have like those green bands. I don't know why those green bands are on them. Okay, so I'll explain. So the VijaKams are basically being controlled by something. It's not explain. I won't explain what they're being controlled by, but they are being controlled by something. Whether or not they actually legit hate, you know, Gordon for whatever reason, is a different, you know, story. But still. And by the way, you kill a lot of Vortigaunts in this game, which is the reason why probably a certain someone says that you annihilate. It like references the total annihilation of a species in the next game. Or was it the next game? Or no, I think it was this game actually. Fuck, actually never mind. Vortigaunts are cool though. They don't speak in this game though. They speak in the next game and they have this weird African accent. But it, you know, it's definitely something. This protein is too goddamn nasty. I say that, but it's like weird because like it gets better over time. But yeah, man, when are we gonna get out of these Black Mesa tunnels? I swear to you guys, I'm not gonna shut up about this, man. I just do not like Black Mesa, man. Like, I swear, Black Mesa just needs to like just go. God, you know what? I still am looking at this, and I'm still surprised on how good of a game Black Mesa, like the actual remake of this game that I talked about earlier, is. Like, I love Black Mesa. I think Black Mesa is the definitive version of Half-Life 1. And I'm just going to say that right now. I absolutely loved my time with that game a lot more. Maybe it's because I like the Source engine more than I like Gold Source. But I really did enjoy my time with playing like Black Mesa. In my honest opinion, I do feel like you should play the first, you know, game in its entirety at least once before you play Black Mesa, but I didn't do that. Of course, again, I did play the co-op versions, like in Seven co-op of Half-Life 1, multiple times with my friends, but at the same time, I still would say that, you know, just go on ahead, get fucking, just play this game once, like by yourself, and then go on ahead and play Black Mesa. Which I'm not sure at this point in time if that even has co-op yet. It'd be cool if Black Mesa had co-op. Maybe in some way, shape, or form with like Synergy or something, which is basically Seven co-op, but it's Half-Life 2. I think Synergy even works in... I think Synergy works in Portal 2. Portal 1 to be more specific. To be more specific because Portal 2 already has multiplayer, so it doesn't really matter. But, yeah. I like little parts like here, like right here, where you're like, oh no, what am I supposed to do to these crates? Where you're supposed to, you know, throw a satchel, go back down, and then explode it. I like little moments like that. If you didn't have a satchel, you could probably just use like a grenade, but you kind of have to be specific here because you have to throw it through that little hole so that you don't throw it back on yourself and explode yourself. But then again, grenades kind of explode fast, so it'd probably be better to like use a satchel. Of course, I didn't know what was going on here, so I was like, fuck it or whatever. Also, I'm not too sure if you guys can tell or if even I can tell, but again, I have increased the FOV of these weapons, so now you can see more of the weapons on the screen, more than you could in episode 1 of this Let's Play. So that's probably the reason why you might say, oh man, I can see more now, like this gun looks smaller, and it's because I increased the FOV. I actually do think that most of the time the increasing the FOV in a game really does help, especially in my case because I get motion sickness very easily for some reason. And in the case of Half-Life, I don't know what was going on with me that day, but I was really having a lot of motion sickness from playing it. But after increasing the FOV, and it went away. It's kind of weird. Like, I can understand like disabling motion blur in a game, like getting rid of like motion sickness, but I don't really understand the whole entire idea of increasing a game's FOV. Which I've been saying FOV this entire time. If you guys don't know what FOV is, it basically means field of vision, which is basically how much you can like see in terms of your line of sight. So if you have a higher FOV, you can see more. Higher FOVs are usually for like higher, like bigger, like widescreen monitors and stuff like that. But it can also be for smaller monitors like mine with like a laptop. So yeah. I think at this point in time, I think I might start saving up for like a desktop, honestly. I've been thinking about this for a very long time, but I think I really want a desktop now. I was only thinking about getting a desktop whenever like YouTube started to like boom. Like whenever I was like, you know, I could make YouTube like my full-time job. But I think I might just go on ahead and just get a computer now, like a desktop computer now, honestly. I don't really care too much about like specs and stuff. Well, I guess I do care about specs. I can't just say that, but I'm really I don't know. I'm just trying to like I guess get a good. If anyone knows any good tips on how to like build a PC and stuff like that, then please let me know. I don't know if like I'm supposed to get like I would want a specific case and stuff like that for my computer. So I'm not sure if anyone can really help me with this stuff, but I would really appreciate it. I would not mind spending like maybe 2K, maybe 1K, 1K specifically, around the 1K mark. I don't want to go above 2K for a computer. I'll say that much. See that nice dodge? I'm so awesome. I don't know why. I've just always loved like mobile stuff. Like I like it when I can just take my stuff anywhere. It's probably one of the reasons why I've been playing a lot more like of my PlayStation Vita more than I play like my PlayStation 4. I don't even really play my PlayStation 4 like my brother's playing my PlayStation 4 nowadays. I don't know. The convenience of a laptop has always allured me in a lot of different ways, but I think it might be time for me to really get like a real true to life desktop computer. Cause I don't know, I fantasize about it now. I've always fantasized about it, but money has never been right with me and my family. So it's not like it's completely easy. Like some people say like, oh, why don't you just build a computer or whatever? You can just build it for cheap. At the end of the day, I would say for a decent rig, you probably need about 1K nowadays. Unless you want something that's a little bit less than that. If you want to do what you want to do and have like a decent experience, I would say that you would need you would need at least 1K. There was a time where I could say, hey, if you have about $500, you can get yourself a little decent computer. But that time has passed now, and that was a different time. And these fucking zombies are fucking creepy as shit. Why the fuck are they just waiting for me like I got some fucking yams for them or something? But yeah, I definitely want to get me like a fucking desktop like as soon as possible now. So I've been thinking about like just saving up for some like parts and whatever. You know, currently, if anyone wants to help me, my computer right now, of course, I would want something that's a little bit more powerful than the computer that I have now. Not too much because I love like my computer specs. I love this computer so much, but I would have assumed that if I got a desktop, it would be something of an upgrade. So my computer specs right now, I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4, I believe, 3050 Ti, fucking Ryzen 7 5800 for the processor. I'm pretty sure I have 512 gigs of internal storage, but with also a 1 terabyte SSD and also some internal hard drives. Not sure if that applies to anything, but that's basically like my main specs right now. But if anyone wants to help me out with that, then please let me know if you have anything. I also want to find like a blue case. My favorite color is blue, so of course I want a blue case. Or like a computer case. You know, that's actually one crazy thing. I actually like older computer towers and cases too, because older computer like cases are a lot better. Also, we get a little glimpse of the surface, and I do mean a little glimpse. That guy fucking bolted. My God, look at him, fucking running like he's fucking Sonic, fucking Roadrunner looking ass. Anyway. I love like how old PC like cases used to be. You know, like they used to have those little towers. They used to have those big boxes, and they used to have like the all these freaking like USB, you know, inputs, and you used to have like the disk drive. You know, like computers nowadays, they don't even have like the disk drive anymore. Now it just looks like some big giant like most computer like cases nowadays. They look like fucking big giant fans. And they have like on the side they have the actual like components in them, but they all have like these big giant fans in them. It looks, I don't know, to me it looks stupid to me. I don't really like how monitors or cases look nowadays. So I would, no, I'm not saying like I want something like from like a fucking what do you call that thing, like a beige like computer case or whatever, but I would like something that is probably from like the, you know, 2000s, maybe early 2010s. I don't know. I'm talking to you like you guys. I'm like like you guys are like advertising a computer case or something like that, or computer parts, but you guys are not. Look, man, I just want me a good computer case eventually. This part is really weird. You gotta like use your pushing powers, and you gotta like push the thing. Like these little boxes or whatever, they move super weird because this game is very awkward sometimes. I swear this game is so weird. Look at that. What the hell is going on there? I swear I was trying and it wasn't working like how it should have. But I can't wait until I get a computer monitor though. I mean, damn. I do have a monitor there, but I can't wait until I actually get like a real desktop. It might just take a while though. Gotta get the parts. It's good to like get parts for stuff before you actually get it. And now we're firing a rocket for whatever reason. In all honesty, I completely forgot why we're firing this rocket. I think it's to like leave something or to transfer something. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it has an American flag on it. Forgot about that. Yeah, this game actually takes place in New Mexico. Yeah, kind of a weird setting, in my honest opinion. I've never been to New Mexico, but I do have to say, it is kind of weird that they decided to say, New Mexico, Half-Life. Yeah. Then again, I don't know where else they could have fucking played it out. But whatever. Let me just say, like, it really does, like again, like the whole rocket situation, it really doesn't do justice to like how much the resonant cascade really does affect the entirety of Earth. I won't really get into this now, of course, but the resonance cascade at the start of this game really does affect a lot of what happens in this series. It is super insane, like what happens, like what the ramifications of this event are. And of course I gotta die because of that. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff happening. I'll at least say that, you know, there's gonna be a lot of craziness. Half-Life is a crazy series after all. Anyway, I still have not finished my protein shake, so I'm gonna finish it right now. Ah! Jesus! I love protein shake. It's so rad. Oh, also, this is like a super cart. I like this one, but we don't use this for long, and you guys are about to see why. I don't know why it took me so long to drink that thing. See, look how like it's a lot faster. It can like whoa, what the fuck? Damn. Okay, that looked really cool. Yeah, look at playing that back again. That actually did look really cool. This part right here is the underwater section. At this point, I was still like, damn, when are we going to the surface, man? It's bad too because I don't know fractions, but once you get to the surface, it's like it's more. Once you get to the surface, you're like 60% of the way through the game. I would say roughly you're 60% of the way through the game at that point. The rest of the 40% is, well, everything else. So it does take up more than half of the game. Black Mesa does, which again does make sense. I mean, this entire game really technically does take place in Black Mesa, but what I'm really trying to say is that you guys don't know what I'm trying to say. Like the actual portion, the outside portion of Half-Life 1 isn't really a lot in this game. The inside portion of Black Mesa is a lot of what is going on here. I think this might really come down to personal preference though, because now when I think about it, stuff like Halo and Call of Duty are a lot more outside. Like they're not in these enclosed walls and stuff like that. Hell, even Half-Life 2, which now I've said before, if I haven't said already, is now one of my favorite, if not my favorite first-person shooter game, takes place a lot outside. So I think I'm just an outside kind of guy. I don't like indoor sections. I actually don't. I do not like them at all. It makes me feel. It makes me feel entrapped, enclosed, inside. It doesn't feel right. What does feel right is this gameplay, because every time I edit, you guys will more likely not notice, or you might notice. Who knows? I mean, I didn't edit just now, but it is really a different experience because, like, again, like I was struggling a lot with these sessions, but it all actually came to pass. Like like nothing went terribly wrong here, and I'm really proud of myself to say that because. The fuck was that? Oh shit. Okay, someone just fucking died. But yeah, looking at this gameplay now, after like editing out, it does make me really appreciate how more seamless Half-Life is in general. It is a very seamless game. It's not like it's very slow or whatever, but you know, when you're playing it right and when you know what to do, it's actually not that bad of an experience, like at all.
There's a tranquilizer gun in the shark cage, but I'm not sure it would work on this species. You're welcome to try.
Yeah, so basically, this guy is just basically saying, like, dude, crazy shit going on. There's a little fish down there. You might gotta kill it, dude. You might have to kill it, dude. But at this point in time, I was spent at this point. I was like, nah, I had to find a good fucking, you know, stopping point or whatever for this game because I think I was playing it for a long time at this point. But I decided to kill this fucking terrifying fucking piece of whatever the fuck it was before I decided to stop. The thing is fucking retarded though. This thing is so stupid. Look at him. Yeah, I think what it's called is a bull shark. Yeah, I think I'm right. The bull shark is very fucking creepy. It's like, honestly, getting killed by this thing is just so disgusting in my honest opinion. And of course, you can't stay down here forever because you will drown, unfortunately. So I had to fight for my life as I faced the bull shark. What the fuck is this thing? Also, how the fuck am I shooting a pistol underwater? I now have realized how weird that is. I'm using my entire clip on this thing. Oh, I just said clip. because of recent events. I'm not sure if you call. I'm not sure. Is a clip just a slang term for a magazine, or like, can someone really actually explain this to me? Is a clip a clip? I know there's like people have said clip before. I know people gone on someone for that, but like a clip is a slang term for a magazine, or does it apply to a certain, you know, weapons ammunition? Ammunition cartridge, or does it apply to anything, or is clip just some completely crazy stupid term or whatever? I'm not sure. Someone please explain that. But with that being said, you can actually jump on that bull shark, by the way. But with that being said, that will be the end of this session for Half-Life 1. Next time we'll be exploring more of Black Mesa as well. And I think we actually might be getting to the surface in the next episode, actually. So finally, after all this time, we'll actually finally be able to go to the surface. My God, I'm so claustrophobic in this damn thing. But anyway, with that being said, guys, thank y'all for watching. It's been great. If you guys like this video, like this video. If you guys like your saw, you want to see more, and subscribe to the channel. All my social media links will be in the description down below. But with that being said, guys, thank y'all for watching. Have a good night, everyone watching this. And as always, hasta.